Morals, my friends! My name is XaneKudo. Welcome to Tyrania. This is a visual novel made in 2006 by Leviant Animation. Well, I saw this and I wanted to try it out. For some reason, I think Windows 10 doesn't recognize the file itself, but hey, we're playing it, so as you can see, they already have all the chapters outlined. Part 1, Part 2. I think there might be more chapters coming in soon, but this is the start, so let's start it off. The world was a dark place. Cities were burning. Children were crying. War is never ending. Life is fading away. This world is dying. Sounds like it's some punk rock, some steampunk kind of world. The sky was gray. It was still a beautiful day here in the comfort of dominance. The country where I now live. One of the few independent states in this world not participating in the Great War. The war between the United Republic and Tyrania. The world where I live is a world ravaged by crime and terrorism. Every day, hundreds of people are murdered in almost every country. That sucks. Really sucks. While the other governments do little about it, war was a priority to them. Here in Dominus, there was only about 50 murders per day, which is quite good compared to the rest of the world. The world where I live is a world covered in darkness. But to me, it was a beautiful day, even if the sky was gray. I was waiting like usual for her. So I guess the main character's name is Edo. Like Edo in Tokyo or something? I don't know. It was early in the morning. Mr. Smith, my guardian, was working downstairs. Mr. Smith, my guardian, was working downstairs in the workshop. And that's Mr. Smith. Hello, Anjiru. Hello, Mr. Smith. Oh, hello there, Miss Anjiru. Is Edo in his room, sir? Yes, Miss Anjiru. He is still repairing your electronic piano. He should almost be done. Ow, 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 ow. I got a headache. I can't play too long, so just enough. When I heard her first steps approaching, my heart started to beat fast. I was happy. Finally, she's here. Wait. Hi there, Andrew. I'm glad to see you again. You too, Arthur. Meow. Hi, Eddie. So, Andrew, did you take the main street like I told you to? Of course I did. This is like the 10th time you asked me the same question in a week. Of course, Andrew. You're never too sure about security these days. I'm just worried about you, that's all. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Not again. So, may I come in? Sure. Make yourself at home. The transitions are kind of slow. And so is the dialogue, and there's really little to no way to change it. We decided to spend time together talking and doing silly stuff, although I was supposed to work on the piano. We just wanted to have fun together. Right, Arthur? Arthur first belonged to my uncle, who disappeared a long time ago with my older brother, William. I'm still here! Since I wasn't good with real animals, I gave the cat to Anjuru. Yobot, my current pet, is a robot. Okay. We're not much, anyway. My brother and I worked hard together to build him. We had the money. We had the technology. We promised each other to bring him to life together, as a team. On the day William left the house, Yobot was completed, as his last promise to me. I guess you'll buy this sort of like a memento. To this day, I still wonder if my uncle and brother are still alive. Somewhere in this world. I was left alone on my own, so Mr. Smith, who was a good friend of my uncle, became my guardian. He was nice to me, and even wanted to pay for my studies at school, but my uncle insisted that I took care of the workshop he and Mr. Smith started together. I couldn't accept that offer. Besides, Mr. Smith was very poor and his family got killed when he was out of war. Well, sorry, Mr. Smith. He then moved to Dominus where he met my uncle, who also left his country, fearing to be executed. Together, the two men worked hard to make this workshop where they repair stuff for people. My family adopted me in Tyrania. We were rich there, but unhappy. After all, my uncle hated the monarchy. Even if we have all lived without luxury, I am still happy, because I met Anjuru here. We spend the rest of the day forging more precious memories together. Memories to be remembered. Tinker, 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 tinker. I was fixing her electric piano when she was talking to me. Everything was normal. Until I noticed something that I felt from the piano. Oh boy. Anjali, this strange bracelet fell from your piano. Do you know what it is? Huh? I never saw this before. Did my parents hide this? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they hide this inside an electronic piano? Well, it must be something really important then. I don't think it's from Dominus. Could it be from the outside world? No way! The outside world is busy at war. No way they would have time to make something like this. Maybe it was maybe before the Great War even started. Do you think that once before the world was at peace? I wish it could still be true today. Someone is calling me. Hold on a second, Eddie. It was probably her guardian. It's just from her facial expression. I guess it's almost time for her to curfew. Since the real daughter died, it had been nice at all in Andrew. Poor her. It's my parents. I need to go home. I guess I'll come back tomorrow to pick up my piano. Oh, well, okay then. Before departure, we both proceeded with the little ritual we so much like to do every time we left. Both of us took out magnetic necklaces which formed a heart as if assembled together. Well, that's cute. Undoubtedly. We then assembled our heart pieces together and swore to keep our promises for an eternity. I have a feeling this is all going to go so horribly, horribly wrong. Eddie! This year I want to go see the butterflies in the rose field. Sure. Anything you want, I can give you. As for your promise to keep, Yes, Eddie? I want you to be safe. Not just on your way home. Eddie, stop worrying. If that's what you want, then sure. Our friendship is the seal to our promise. Friendship, huh? Yeah, I have a feeling something here is going to go horribly, horribly wrong to Anjali. Well, see you tomorrow, Eddie. See you tomorrow, Anjali. Be safe. And that's probably the last time we'll see her. Alive, that is. I looked at her while she was walking slowly away from me and thought, I would like her to make a song for me. One day. Suddenly I realized that she forgot to take the bracelet thing. But it was too late. She was already too far away to come back. Yeah, it's inevitable. You're sending it out to her forever to die or something. It was time for me to eat. Mrs. Smith makes some spaghetti today. Ooh! Heck! As we started to eat, an awkward conversation started up. So, how are things today with Miss Anjuru? Like usual. We had a lot of fun. And then this awkward silence took place. A few minutes later, we completely changed the subject. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, to be more serious. Anjuru, her guardians, they intend to make her marry fast. When I heard those words, I froze. I tried hard to hide the fact that I was very sad. Since their real daughter died, they've gone mad. They plan to get rid of her since they don't have any use for her anymore. But Edo, no one knew. Aren't you going to do something about it? I finished my spaghetti quickly and prepared to go to my room. What can I possibly do for her? Mr. Smith, thank you, but for once I won't do anything stupid. It's not that I don't want to do something for her. It's just that I can't. Sorry, Mr. Smith. I don't have the power to change things. Because if I did, I would make sure Anjuru could always be safe. Safe from the evil in this world. Safe from the crimes ravaging our world. If I had power, I would already use it to make a world without crime. Yes, I was a pessimist. I wasn't the one who had crazy dreams like Anjuru. I was the one sticking to reality and accepted it without doing anything. I was the one who accepted things as they are in the world. Not the rebellious one, but the one who adapts. I'm like this because I don't have any power. Maybe that's why I can't move forward. Okay, seriously. I ran to my room quickly and shut the door behind me. I got right into my bed and started thinking about what Mr. Smith told me. What could I possibly do for Anjuru anyway? I don't have the power to change things in this world. I took the bracelet that Anjuru left over and I looked at it curiously. If I had power, maybe I could change this world. A world without crime. A world where Anjuru can be safe. As I spoke there, I instantly put the bracelet around my wrist. Power. If only I had the power. Power. What the? My hand! What a creepy face. Oh boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Huh? What just happened? What is this? I see. This one is interesting. You seek power, don't you? Huh? Power? I wonder why. Whoa! You got gunshots! Hello! Wake up, hello! Huh? Mr. Smith, why are you all screaming? Hello, wake up! For how long have I been asleep? That's not important! We need to leave the city. No. We need to leave the country. Now! Huh? But why? Anjuru said she would come over at this time. Hello. Tyrania, I started invading this city already. When I heard those words, I didn't think at all about the country of the conflict I started. I was only thinking about one thing. Anjuru! She might be on her way here. She might have started walking before Tyrania arrived here. I know you don't understand. Anjuru won't come because you've been... Never mind, we don't have time. We need to go to the airport immediately. There are soldiers who will bring us safely to the airport. We must go now! Don't even bring anything with you. We don't have time. Look, Anju's probably picked up my military aid bus when the others are on their way out of here. Or maybe she just never left her house to come in the first place, so she must have evacuated already. Who knows? Now I don't. Come on.
But
I don't listen to me! Do you prefer to die trying to find her with a little chance of succeeding because she's probably already gone? I've never seen her again. Or go to the airport, see her, and run away from this mess alive. I know all that. But I just... Mr. Smith was right. The chances are high that she's already at the airport. But oh boy! We get to save! Save's coming! How I missed you so. Let's go find Anju. I've always been a good boy to you, Mr. Smith. I've always listened to you in the past because you were nice to me. You took good care of Mrs. Uncle and Mr. To me, you are more than just a guardian. To me, you're like a father. There's no way I can ever thank you enough for everything that you've done for me, Mr. Smith. And the last thing I am doing to you is disobey. I am truly sorry, Mrs. Smith. But I need to walk my own path now. I am so sorry, Mrs. Smith. I have to go find Anju. I ran down the street and quickly rushed out of the house, now running in the streets. Thank you for taking care of me as I was your own son, Mrs. Smith. Goodbye. And so long. To you, my friend. Goodbye for now, because I don't think we'll ever meet again. Yep, forever. How many? That's a lot of gunfire. Goodbye, I know. Oh well. I know you have become a real man now. I'm sure your uncle will be proud of you. Okay, seriously, what's with all the gunfire everywhere? I was running fast, the fastest I ever ran in my life, with Yoga flying by my side in search for Anju. We desperately tried to find her. We ran a few streets without stopping, not resting, just moving forward. When we run towards her house, we might see her soon. That is, if she really did leave her house in the first place, coming to the workshop before the attack. I can't believe I'm doing all this without even being sure that Anju will be found. Jesus was slain, but I made my decision, and I will not regret it! The city was burning, children were crying, people were dying. But in all this mess, I saw her, at last. She was paralyzed, scared, unable to move. The moment our eyes met, we ran towards each other. And then... oh! We did it! We saved Anju!
Hello.
Anju, I'm glad you're alright.
Yes, I'm glad.
Yes, I'm glad. I made the right choice to go look for her. Anju, you need to get out of here.
But how? Enemy troops are marching in the streets. If they see us...
It's okay. We need to go to the airport and get out of Dominus now. Let's go find one of those buses that can bring us there.
Okay.
We were running together, holding each other's hand. We were searching for a bus picking up civilians to the airport. After a long run, the bus finally showed up. Anju, look! A bus! We need to catch it.
Wait!
There it was, the bus we were looking for a while now. And it's not stopping. It was getting away from us. We need to run faster! We ran faster after the bus tried and catch it, obviously. It wasn't impossible. Catch, obviously. It was an impossible task. We were too desperate to get out of this mess. I tried to wave at it, hoping it would stop and pick us up. But after a while, I understand that it wouldn't stop for us. We were abandoned. There was no one to help us. But we still had to find a way out of here. While running, Anju started to get tired. She eventually let go of my hand and collapsed to the ground. She was out of breath. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh! I knew it! I knew it! I called it! And then I saw it. A Tyrania soldier! The armor being pointed his weapon towards me, and a loud noise pierced my ears. Yep, I knew it.
What just happened? I feel broken.
You.
Me?
Yes, you.
Where am I? What is happening to me?
I'll be honest with you, but you are about to die.
Huh? So, this is my destiny. I guess this is the end, huh? Andrew, I can't die. I need to see her and make sure she's alright. Is she even alive? I need to know. I can't die like this. Someone, please, hear me. Help me.
Do you want to live?
Yes, I do.
For what reason?
Andrew, I need to see her.
But you're not even sure yourself if she is still alive.
If she is dead, then I need to avenge her death.
Oh. So you seek revenge.
Revenge. And I don't know. All I ever wanted was to live a happy life. All I ever asked for was the world to be a gentler place. All I ever wanted was a world without crime. But were my demands too much? All I ever wanted was to make things right. But I never got any of it. I want things to change. I need to change things.
Oh. So you want to change things.
Yes, I do.
But how? What are you going to do to achieve your goal? What are you ready to do when you get what you want?
I have nothing left. I lost everything dear to me. So I guess sacrificing myself wouldn't be too much of a bother. Besides, I don't care about myself. I care about Andre.
I see. If you have power, would you use it for yourself?
No. I put others before me. I make sure their happiness comes before mine. I am not one who wants to become stronger with power like everyone else. I am different.
Don't you need to be strongest of all to be able to change things?
And what would you do if you had the power to change things? I will use all my power to help those in need. I will use all my power to make sure everyone can live a happy life. I will use all my power to create a better world. I will use all my power to erase crime and terrorism from this world. I will succeed where humanity has failed.
You are an interesting one. How about we make a deal? You can have all the power you need to change this world, but you are only allowed to use it for the sake of others. And you must create a utopia where everyone lives happily. You can continue to live, but you will be reborn anew. If you fail the terms and conditions of the contract, you will lose all your humanity.
My humanity. But that's what makes me a person. That's what makes me able to think and act for the greater good. That's what makes me able to love.
That's one hell of a corny line. So this is your definition of humanity, huh? Sounds like it came from a certain cheesy essay.
Can I really do all this? Will I really have the power to do all this?
You will. You will have all the power you need to make this world possible. The question is, Can you stay on track for your goal? Or will you succumb to power?
I'm not interested in power. All I am interested in is to make things right.
Then is it a deal?
Yes. I accept the terms and conditions of your contract.
Very well then. May great power be of good use to you.
What is this feeling? Huh? What is happening?
Brightness comes to us.
Huh? Yobot. Glad to see that you're alright. For how long have I been unconscious? Anju. Wait. My hand! It got blown up! I need to stop the bleeding! Whoa! No way. My hand. Why did it become like this? Wait. So none of it was a dream. Did I really make a contract with this thing? I see. So I get another chance to live by accepting a contract I knew little about. That's how my life was saved. But now what? Anju. I don't hear anything. I guess the battle ended quickly, which isn't much of a surprise. I hear rumors of Tyrania being a country with the most advanced military system. The entire economy is dedicated to support the army, even forcing citizens to pay taxes for it, keeping the life of the people miserable while having the world's most powerful army. Tyrania truly is a country crushed by oppression with a monarchy controlling its population. Truly a totalitarian state. I wonder how the other countries are. Am I the only one here? For now, I should probably try to find other people. Yobot, let's go walk a bit. We need to find help.
Alright, so let's save here. Whew. Oh man, I got a headache, but so far, yeah, I'm in a distant utopia where I had to face other people. And so far, currently the story is so-so. The character art kind of gets to me at times, but I'm just reading the story. The artwork can probably get better, and it is pretty unique. Although I'm still wondering what the hell happened to Anju. I had a feeling, if she's dead, I called it, because they set it up to make it seem that she was going to die. They tried to throw me for a loop, but I knew I'm a very genre-savvy person when it comes to these kind of things. Not all the time. But the way they were setting it up, I knew she was going to die. But so far, the game is very punk-heavy. Like, we're in a steampunk apocalyptic kind of area. And those are always usually interesting. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends so that you may all enjoy it together. And so, until next video, see you next time.